So I'm doing a video again. Hey guys, how you doing? I moved some of my corals around. These guys were actually starting to touch that and that. They were spreading so far. I still haven't moved my cloves to that rock. But everything's looking pretty good. Yeah, I just fed them, so there's a lot of debris in the tank right now, and they're pooping and everything. It's crazy. My frog spawn is huge. The camera doesn't do it justice. It's so big. Mr. Eel. He's still one of my favorite fish. He's just beautiful. My purple tang has become very aggressive. He puts everyone in place. I mean, he constantly gives not terrible aggression, but when fish are near him or in his way, he pushes them out of his way. No, I guess depends on his mood. He's such a beautiful fish, but I think he's a jerk. Somebody's nibbling on my fang, diamond over here. His name is Fang. Somebody's nibbling on his tail fin. You can see some pieces missing. And I just saw the clownfish bite his tail, so it's probably him. Mr. Pintail wrasse. His name is Phil. He's a really good fish. He's so peaceful. Foxy's peaceful. Blue here. Blue-head fairy wrasse. He's got issues with Phil, my pintail wrasse. He's a beautiful fish, but he's getting big and he's very, very dominant. My Goniopora has been doing great. It's not 100% open now because it's night, but it's been doing so good. The coralline algae, you can see it back there. There's another one there. You can't see it. It's under a shadow, but see all the little white dots on the black? Let me see if I zoom in a little. See that? That one right in the middle of the screen, that's coralline algae. And then those there are all, it looks so much worse than it is. The stuff that shows up on the camera you can barely see. But yeah, I scrape it off because I don't want it. But that one's on plastic. I have no way of scraping it off without ruining it. Alright, so here's my tank. This thing here, forgot what it's called, but it just keeps dying. Not the Jesus. I just drew a blank. This here. It just keeps dying. I don't know why. Lucky it was 20 bucks. Oh, my torch. My torch is fine. These guys, this one's encrusted. This blue silo is all encrusted in my rock. The one above it hasn't been getting enough light, but it's starting to spread. And the one above it, well, that one's been over here, not in the best spot. So I moved him here, and then he got tipped over for a week. So he's just starting to get his polyps back out again. My nymph has deflated a little. Like his balloons are not as big as they used to be. They used to be like 3 times the size they are now, and he's a little folded up because I think he got some food in him. My chalice here is actually melting. I need to cut it down so I can put it somewhere. So it's almost an inch tall or more. It's just too tall. My zoanthids are doing crazy. My zoanthids are, I mean, I've got some in there that are morphing. Can you see the one in the dead center of the screen? It's got green in the center of it. That's an eagle eye. And you can see the others don't. I've got about 3 or 4 of those with green in the middle. I don't know if zoanthids get mixed together while they're, you know, breeding new polyps, but it's morphed to green in the center. I've got 2 new yellow ones there, the ones I glued on, and I got 3 new of those purple and orange ones, which I'm so happy about. This one, look at this. This thing's just growing like crazy. It's just, I've got 13 of the orange ones, and I had 6 originally. The red ones here with the green slit in them. I think there's 1 new one of those. Here's one of my biggest conch snail. His shell right there is actually cracked, but I just leave it. But, I mean, everyone's doing good. Other than Blue here, I think if he was out of the tank, it would be more peaceful. He doesn't bother the other fish. It's just him, Phil, right there. And then the purple tang likes to bother the foxface, even though he's a fraction of his size. I was told that the tangs have barbs in their rear fin tail, and that's why they back into things like other fish. He hasn't bothered blue yet, which is the dominant one of the tang. But I think he'll take him on eventually, and that's going to upset the balance of the tank. So I might have to get rid of one of the two. I don't want to give up any of my fish. My fish are, I know it sounds ridiculous, they're my pets. I don't give them up. Like my clownfish, I wanted a different one than that, but I accepted him. He booted out his pair. They were paired. He booted the other one out. I just kept him. Hopper here, can't even see him because he's black. He's got a yellow tail. Had him right there. I want to get a minus blenny. After seeing one, I wish I bought that because they're prettier and more eel-like. But Hopper there has become part of the family, so I'm going to keep them. Same with the diamond goby. I wish I got sleeper gobies instead, maybe even a pair of them. They do the same thing as him, but they're a little prettier, and two of them probably do a little better job. But, I mean, my sand, I finally got my sand cleared up. I got my phosphates down to 0.02, and look at, you can see the difference. You can see just a little brown on the edge here, but I just wiped it off. There's hardly any brown anywhere, and that would be due to the phosphates staying down for a while now. Oh, Foxy's going crazy. It's so weird. Foxy and Tang there, I named Tang Fin, sleep together at night a lot, but yet they get along better together than I think any of the fish. Fin likes to just bother on everybody. He also likes to eat poop from vegetarians because it's, I guess there's some value in it. But I don't like my, I love my frog spawn, and in blue lighting it's real beautiful. It's just starting to turn blue now. It's not quite there, but these hammerheads aren't hammer enough. But look at it. It's got like 6 heads. It's really big. I mean, this camera doesn't do that justice. Look at the size of it. That's giant. That is probably the size of my hand. This is just a little one I got, and it's doubled or tripled in size, but it doesn't even have like hammerheads. You can't even tell what it is. And the heads on this one just aren't hammerish enough for me. I wanted to get some really pretty hammers that just have crazy color, but I'm running out of room in my tank, so I do glue these in, but a lot of times they do break out pretty easy. But this one, it doesn't have a frag plug. I glued it right to the rock. I'm afraid to break it if I try and pry it off, but I really don't think it's got that much glue on it because I had a hard time getting it to stick. These, look at these white tubes, the feather dusters, they're everywhere. They're just breaking out in my sump. I was told just to leave them, they're harmless, and they're all coming alive. Even though this is life rock, they all came back to life. You can see them. You probably can't see them open good, but they're open, the little feathers. My biggest ones are right here. You can see the one right there sticking out, the one on the top, and that one there. They suck right in if you go near them or anything blows on them. This one here keeps getting one aptasia on it like every 2 months, and I kill it with the Moana one, and then 2 months later it gets another little one. I wait for it to grow up a little bigger, and then I zap it, and it's gone again. And the funny thing is, it must have came on those, I think it came on those orange zoanthids because I bought those from a person. All the others are just from this rock, and I don't have any aptasia. So I think it came in on those because it started where they are, and it's moved up to where the green are, but I keep killing it. That's all right. It's just one. The only issues I have is I still have to run a bag to collect the debris, otherwise it fills my tank up. And I decided to find out what it was, and I believe the no-pox is causing the real pink snotty stuff. But the other stuff in the lines, everyone's telling me it's normal, but it fills the tank up with it. That's not normal. I've spoke to so many people on the subject, and They're like, oh, all pipes fill up with stuff. Maybe they got to turn your flow up. Well, my flow it's at 300 gallons per hour probably. 10 over turnover rate is a thing of the past. You can have 200 gallons per hour. It doesn't matter. As long as it's filtering the water and heating it, it's all that matters. And if you got pumps in your tank, that is counted. Those are like pushing 1,700 gallons per hour. So they're moving water. Your sump is just a filter to filter the water. Now I have increased it a bit, the flow, to see if it makes a difference, but I haven't run it long enough yet like that, and the lines are all dirty again, so I'm gonna have to clean them. All I know is everything in the tank is thriving. My fish are super healthy. I've never had a sick fish. All my coral's growing. This thing here, the orange one, is melting. It keeps getting shorter and wider. And I'm gonna have to move the Ghani coral soon. Oh look, I just found my blue-legged hermit crab right there. Haven't seen him in weeks. I lost a red-legged one. I found his claws ripped right out of him on him. I never found the crab though. I just found his claws in the sand, and you could see the meat hanging out of it, like the claw was ripped out. But the funny thing is, I thought I only had 2 scarlet hermit crabs in here, and they're still in here. So he must have been in unusual shell, and I didn't know he was in here. I didn't know I had any other red crabs. All right, I don't want to go too long on these videos. I'm just doing an update of my tank. I don't have anything new, so I just want to update you guys on the tank, how things are doing. You know, give you guys something to look at. You know, you guys have any videos on your tanks or anything cool to share, let me know. I'd love to see it. All right, so happy holidays, everyone. If I don't put up a video, have a good Christmas and have a happy New Year. I'll see you guys later.